What's up, you dirty, filthy fucking animals? It's the Filthy Mouth Gamer, back once again with another episode of Knuckle Deep Thoughts. Today, we're going to be talking about terrorism. The game being played is Destiny: Rise of Iron. So, in the last 15 years or so, since September 11, 2001, the word terrorism has been thrown around every fucking 2 seconds here in the United States. And I think it encompasses a lot of people that deserve it and a lot of people that don't. So, let's start with the point that I think pointing out someone as a terrorist is all based on someone's perspective. So I know there's this idea that's been thrown around that, the terrorists, they just want to attack our freedom. They just want to attack our way of life. And let me just tell you something. If you believe that people strap bombs on themselves because we're free to fucking shop at Foot Locker and eat Burger King, you're a fucking idiot. Seriously. And you're gonna learn a lot in this fucking video. But I'll get more into depth on that shit in a second. First, let's start by tracing back where the Middle East started getting a hard-on for the United States. Let's take this all the way back to 1953. Iran. At the time, Iran had a democratically elected prime minister. His name was Mohammad Mossadegh. And it also had a Shah, which is Iranian for king. His name was Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. So they basically had a system that was a lot like Great Britain, where, the prime minister, you had a prime minister and you had a monarch. The prime minister ruled, but the monarch reigned. You also had a booming oil economy, and a lot of people or a lot of corporations on the outside wanted to get their hands on some of that fucking oil, or all of it. One of these companies was the AIOC, the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. And the prime minister did not like their intentions. So what happened was the Iranian parliament, they called a vote, and they basically voted to nationalize the oil in Iran and kick out the corporate imperial interests in Iran. Now, everybody was behind it, the people and the government, but the United States and especially Great Britain did not like it. Oh, by the way, the AIOC, they're known as BP today, just to give you a little perspective on the situation. So, what does Britain and the US do? They decide to orchestrate a coup. This coup was known in the United States military as Operation Ajax. In the Middle East, in Iran, it was known as 28 Mordad coup. So basically, make a long story short, there's a coup, they kick out the prime minister, who happened to be democratically elected, the people picked him, and now was replaced by a government under General Fazlollah Zahedi. And by the way, if I'm mispronouncing these fucking names, what do you want me to fucking tell you? Alright? I'm fucking from Long Island, I don't know how to pronounce this shit. Calm the fuck down. So, this general is put in charge, and he gives the Shah of Iran more power to rule as a king. Before he could only reign, now he could start ruling. And he ruled for 26 years, and the people paid for it. The people were treated like shit. He was authoritarian. Now, it wasn't any secret that the United States and Britain were behind this shit. And after 26 years, the Shah of Iran was overthrown, and the Ayatollah Khomeini rose up. And all this shit I'm saying, by the way, look it up. Don't take my fucking word for it. Don't believe a single fucking word I say. always look up shit for yourselves. Now, the Middle Eastern people, they're not fucking stupid, okay? They knew we were there for the oil. The United States wanted to pretend we were there to stop the spread of communism, and everybody knows that's bullshit. It was the same bullshit story that was used when the United States went into Vietnam. It was the same shit. A lot of innocent people got killed, and a lot of money was made on our side. Now, this is a recurring theme in the Middle East. I mean, we've done it in Iran, we've done it in Iraq, we've done it in Afghanistan, we've done it all over the fucking place. And normal everyday people get hurt in the fucking process, while rich cunts at the top of the pyramid make all the fucking money. Now, that's what all this shit is about. This attacking America and Americans with bombs and planes, suicide vests. It's not about fucking freedom. The United States is not the only country with fucking freedom. There's over 100 countries with freedom. They have a hard-on for us because not only are we putting in tyrannical regimes that basically support our imperialistic tendencies, but we're also killing innocent fucking people, and we're calling them terrorists. Now, let's get back to what I said about perspective. There's an old saying, one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, and that's totally fucking true. Over here, we look at terrorists obviously as Muslims. Over there in the Middle East, they look at us as the fucking terrorists, the infidels. Now, let's just say here that not everybody in the United States, actually nobody, really gives a fuck about the day-to-day activity in the Middle East. And the same goes for the Middle East. Most people don't have the fucking time in their day to give a fuck about what goes on over here. They live in a fucking desert. Not a lot of food grows. Not a lot of great jobs. They don't give a fuck about how we live here. Understand? It's so fucking arrogant to think that we're so fucking star-spangled awesome that people living in a shitty situation spend their day worrying about what the fuck we're doing over here. It's fucking ridiculous. And it's not about religion either. So, get that fucking idea in your head. This shit, if it was about religion, would have been going on for fucking hundreds of years, over 1,000 years, but it's not. It's because the United States and its allies are over in the Middle East, and they're trying to take their fucking natural resources and make money on weapons. That's what it's about. The people in the Middle East aren't dumb motherfuckers. I know they've been dehumanized in the United States media to be like subhuman, but they're not fucking stupid. They know why we're there, okay? We don't give a fuck about the welfare of the Middle East. Our government doesn't even give a fuck about the welfare of the people in our own country. So why the fuck would they care about the welfare of people over there? It's ridiculous. They only give a fuck about money and power. And the same goes for the leaders in the fucking Middle East. You don't see the leaders of ISIS strapping bombs to themselves, do you? You don't see them out in the fucking front lines, do you? No, because they don't really believe in the shit. They only believe in their own power and money. And the same goes to the politicians and the heads of the Pentagon here. They don't send their fucking kids over there, do they? They don't go over there by themselves, do they? No, they send our fucking kids to die for some bullshit fucking reason that they fucking figure out or make up. And then they fucking make all the money. That's what the fuck is going on over there. And the people in the United States over here, regular Joes, and the people over in the Middle East need to learn that. This is not about us versus you. This is about our rich and powerful versus your rich and powerful. That's what this is about. How do we feel when we get hit with a terrorist attack? We get innocent people killed. we want to go over there and kill everybody. Well, how the fuck do you think they feel when we kill their innocent men, women, and children in drone strikes or bombings or any of that shit? How the fuck do you think they feel? That's called empathy. That's empathizing with what it feels like to be over there. This is not about everyday people. You got it? This is about money and power on both sides. So what do I think we should do as Americans? I'll tell you what we should do. Get our heads out of our asses and wake the fuck up already.